Well, hello and good evening, everyone. It is such a pleasure to be here this evening. I'm Amanda McCrossin at Somvivant, taking over this Napa Valley Vintners Instagram.
And we're going to be switching to red wine. I'm so glad that Oh, hi there. Oh my goodness, where are you, Victoria? It looks so beautiful.
I'm on Atlas Peak, actually. We call it Villa Lobo,
Oh my
Villa Lobo.
gosh.
Um,
It's
so,
so beautiful.
be- so this is where we grow our fruit for the Atlas Peak Cab that we're going to. Can you hear me well?
Yeah, I can hear you well. Yeah, you're good. You're
Okay,
good. And I see you
cut
you
off.
already have some fans in the audience. Miss Magnolia Wine says she loves you and your rock star winemaker, Victoria. So very exciting. I put my glass somewhere. There it is.
I
Right
love her
next to
too.
here. And I'm going to get this in my glass right now. I'm so excited to try this. I know we've never met in person, but it's a pleasure to meet you virtually at the very least. 2016 Lobo Wines. Tell me about this wine.
So, I chose the wine because 2015 we had quite a low yield up here on the mountain or hillside. So, this is like us getting back into our normal production. And I think it was the first time I danced around a tank at bottling because I was so excited. Um,
Was there music involved?
nope, in my head.
Just in your head.
Yeah. So we're about 1,350 feet in elevation up here on Atlas Peak with this vineyard. And it's a blend of, it's primarily Cabernet Sauvignon, but we have Merlot and Petit Verdot at 8% Merlot, 6% Petit Verdot. And it's, I think, the third vintage where we started incorporating those grapes into this wine, the blend. I tend to blend it early. Thinking about the 2016 vintage, there was nothing really remarkable. It was just one of those vintages that probably could have like made itself. And we probably just did like a little bit, like as little canopy management or fruit adjustment as possible because it wasn't necessary. So this wine, it's, I think, the hardest wine that I have to make just because of the hillside and the lack of soils.
Mm.
But it's a very pretty wine. It's very elegant. When I started making it at 100% cab, I think it was more earthy and like black tea, which I still love, but this is just like much more pretty. A lot of
It is.
violets and black fruit.
It's very pretty. I think, at least I think of Atlas Peak of being a place that makes very muscular, intense wines. And this still very much has that intensity that we love about this place. But you're right, there is something else going on. There's a little coffee, there's a little tarragon, there's all these different things that are like making it like a symphony. So when we were talking music, or at least music in your head, my mind was like, what song is playing in this wine? Because I
I
think it's a good
usually,
one.
it will be something with Michael Jackson probably.
Ooh, I like it. I like it. Um, Victoria, this wine is obviously from Atlas Peak, from Napa Valley. What do you think makes Atlas Peak so special?
Well, I think in elevation, I think that's a part of it. We're about halfway up, but I think also we're a lot cooler than the valley floor. So sometimes
Hmm.
it's like a challenge, just we're hoping for warm weather, but that's changing, of course. I think it's just that little microclimate that we're in where it's, cooler temperatures. I know that there are pockets on Atlas Peak that
Sure.
get warmer than what we may get here in this vineyard, but it's just like it's not even known. I sit on the board of Atlas Peak, and so we're still trying to get like to the forefront, or get out there. We've been in existence as long as anyone else, but it's just we're so little known. No one, we
It's
don't
a
acknowledgement, I guess, is what I'm trying.
Not yet, not yet. It's a special place, and I think wines like this will only continue to make it more recognized. This is a
Yeah.
beautiful wine, and one I assume is this current vintage.
For now, yes, it is. We're coming
Okay.
upon release of the 2018. We don't have a 2017, but so it is current for now.
Okay. And what's going on with harvest right now? I assume you're sort of like getting ready for some things, or have you brought any fruit in?
Well, we have, not from this vineyard. We have also a vineyard in the Oak Mills sub-appellation. So
Okay.
we've done some rosé, intentional rosé of Pinot Noir, which I also have here.
Ooh.
And then this. But so we've started that. We also do red wine of Pinot Noir. And we have Merlot probably coming in from this vineyard on Friday.
What is the most stressful part of harvest for you? What keeps you up at night?
I think it'll be more inside the winery, where
Okay.
temperatures are where they should be. If you hit the nutrient additions where you should have, so it's probably more the winery than the vineyard. I think I'm in sync with the vineyard.
And do you have a protocol for your days during harvest? Is there like a specific way you started? Is it coffee? Is it tea? Is it breakfast? Is it like just get out of bed?
It's kind of just get out of bed. Just get out of bed. I tend to wake up in the middle of the night and I check for emails to do with work, of course, and then get coffee wherever I can. But I would like to be able to go to the gym. I used to do that quite a bit, but since COVID.
No gyms. Your workouts at the vineyard, lifting barrels, doing all the punch downs.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have bird netting around the Merlot here, and it's on the hillside block, and I call it Ass Hill. And so if I crawl underneath the netting and then I like look up at it, it's just, this happened yesterday, so it's just so.
This feels fresh.
Fine. Yeah.
Well, the wine is beautiful. Obviously the views are beautiful. Michael Salati of Opus One is saying Victoria makes beautifully balanced wines with superb restraint. And Michael, you can take my job if you want. You said it perfectly. It is beautifully balanced, exercises restraint, still has all of that gorgeous intensity, really beautiful fruit from the 16 vintage, which, you know, I have to say, I don't think there's a bad wine from 2016. There are very few bad wines, if any, from Napa Valley, but 2016 Napa Valley Cabernets are just dynamite right now, and they are really falling into this sweet spot. And I think this wine is only going to get better with a little more time. So this is not one that you need to open right away, though it certainly would be enjoyable. But if you want to grab a few, since you have the opportunity to do so, courtesy of Open the Cellar, you would not be remiss to purchase more than a couple and lay them down. Victoria, thank you so much for being here. I will let you get back to your very, very, very busy job up on Atlas Peak. Thank you for joining us with this beautiful vista, and I hope to meet you in person soon.
Thank you. I as well, and thank you for having me.
My pleasure. See you soon.
Bye-bye.